Okay, so this is Pete Ford again. This is the next lesson. Please watch the others that build up to this, but this should be the third in a row. I'm going to talk about a few things with jazz piano here, just some overall ideas, and try to keep this kind of brief for each lesson. So let's talk about some scales for a second. We're going to get into dominant chords and some other things here. But first of all, with scales, the mother of all scales is the chromatic scale. If I go from C to C, whoa, okay, that's all of the notes. It's chroma means color, so it's all the notes within an octave. It's all the white keys and black keys. Now, I can take that scale. By the way, if you want to finger it, always put your third finger on the black keys and have your thumb play the first. And then if there are two white keys in a row, use your index finger for the second note. So it's a real easy scale. Real easy to go fast with because you just walk your hand. Anyway, so we can take that scale, take all the notes that are in that scale, and bifurcate the scale. Break it in half by taking every other note apart from it and putting them over here. So we can take chromatic scale taken apart like that. We have two whole tone scales. So C, B flat. Essentially it's C, the three black keys, then E, D, C. A fourth higher, if we take the chromatic notes out, we can start on F. F, the two black keys, then the four white keys including F. So we can take these back and forth, have C, and this is a great way to organize things, to practice chords and things. So first of all, if we just think of key signatures, this is going around the cycle. C, key of C, 0 sharps, 0 flats, 1 flat, 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 flats, 5 flats or 7 sharps, 6 flats or 6 sharps, 7 flats or 5 sharps, 4 sharps, 3 sharps, 2 sharps, 1 sharp, back to 0. So again, 0, 1 flat, 2 flat, 3 flat, 4 flat, 5 flat, 6 flat or 6 sharps, 5 sharps, 4 sharps, 3 sharps, 2 sharps, 1 sharp, back to 0. We can practice our chords this way. This one thing you really should do: C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G, C. That should become just automatic to you, just practicing that. Okay, so let's talk about, we can do dominant chords. I'm going to jump ahead to dominant chords around the cycle. We're going to start with a C dominant chord. And so, be like a C7 is what we would generally do. Root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. In jazz, we'll often do the 9th. And also, we often don't need the 5th. You can hardly tell if it's in there or not. I'm playing it here. I'm not playing it here. So it's not really necessary. Also in jazz, we have rootless voicings. So we have the bass player playing the C down here. And we have the chord in the left hand of the piano, generally here. Now if you're playing Hammond organ or something, we might go ahead and play that with the right hand. Otherwise, we have the bass doing that. Okay, so we just have that going. Some things we can do against this are notes of the blues scale. So let's talk about the C blues scale. We got C, E flat, F, G flat or F sharp, G, B flat, C. I think of this as being shapes like triangles. There's a triangle there, there's a triangle there, real skinny one, and a triangle there. We talk about, we can also have kind of a negative triangle. That one, that one, that one, and that one. So we just have all kinds of things we can do with this. All the rock tunes are made out of the blues scale. So anyway, let me put this C9 chord and play notes of the C blues scale. If we have some other things going, let's say the stride players, what they would do is they'd play like a well, let me go back a second. When we're playing piano, when we're having music, we really have three things going on at a time. We have a bass part, we have chords, and these two things comprise the accompaniment, and we have a melody. Now, unfortunately, we only have two hands, so we have to kind of figure out what to do with this. If we have a bass player, we can do any 2/3 of the thing at one time. We can have a bass, or we can have a bass. Okay, so we can have that, or if we have a bass player, we'll go. Notice my hands don't really play together there. So that's kind of cool. Stride players would play a bass root, and a chord, a fifth, and a chord. So we, you know. But that's kind of, it's when I'm doing that, really about 90% of my brain is trying to keep this going. Okay, so I have to play really simply in the right hand. Most of what I played there was just a couple few notes, the C, E flat. So what we can do to break things up is what I call incipient stride. We're going to do, incipient means almost, and so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that kind of an idea. So what I'll try to do is I'll do a little bit of this and a. Now, I could notice my hands, they never even played together. Oops. Obviously, I'm not going to get a whole bunch of gigs with just my left hand, but if I can keep the idea of the fact that the melody and the chords and the bass don't really happen at the same time, then that makes it easier. It's more like juggling. Practice this, how the pinky goes C, E, C, E, a tenth apart. How the right hand tapping 2 and 4, you can add B flat to that. Add your thumb on D when you're ready. Scales you can do with this, you can do the C blues scale. You can do the, actually you can do the G melodic minor scale. So, so that's kind of cool, some ideas. One other thing we can do is we can take this idea, scoot it up a half step. So we have, what was E, B flat, D, going up to F, C flat, E flat. So we scoot this up, scoot it back down, relax it back down. It's always something we can do with that. I'm going to leave you with just that, or I'm going to run out of time. Thanks.